Hey everyone, it's Jed from the Philippines, welcoming you to another video brought to you by Study in Sweden. Studying in Sweden is definitely an experience of a lifetime. You may have read some articles or even blogs from our digital ambassadors like these. And based on my own experience, studying here has been nothing short of amazing. But apart from the perks of studying in Sweden, quite a number of students also end up living and working here after graduation. And there are a number of reasons why. So in today's video, I'll talk about the 5 reasons why students stay in Sweden after their studies. So if you're ready, let's get started. Reason number 1, non-hierarchical working culture. Sweden is famous for being one of the most non-hierarchical countries in the world. In Sweden, people are not as attached to titles compared to other countries. One of the things that surprised me the most here, in my experience both studying and working part-time, is that you never really address your superiors with titles such as ma'am or sir, but rather you address them by their first name. To be honest, I found that quite weird at first and it took me a while to get used to, but in the end, it really says a lot about Swedish culture and the relaxed and open environment in the workplace. If you're a junior employee in a company, there's a chance you get a lot of responsibilities, and people, including your superiors, will welcome and listen to your ideas. This non-hierarchical working environment helps encourage innovation in the workplace, as the easier it is for people to communicate in an organization, the better ideas can flow around, right? And it's no accident that Sweden is a global innovation leader and has a strong history of inventors and well-known global companies such as IKEA, Spotify, Ericsson, Klarna, and Volvo. Pretty cool, right? Reason number 2, generous holiday and parental leave benefits. After you've worked for at least 12 months, the Annual Leave Act of Sweden guarantees you a minimum of 25 paid holiday days, regardless of your age and type of employment. Some workplaces offer more than this, but this is the minimum. And speaking of holidays, if you plan to do business in Sweden during the summer, it's important to remember that most Swedes take their vacations between July and August, so plan accordingly. In addition, if you ever have a child in Sweden, you're entitled to fantastic benefits for paid parental leave. In 1974, Sweden was the first country in the world to replace gender-specific maternity leave with parental leave. In Sweden, the parents get 480 days for each child, and because of gender equality aspects, both parents are encouraged to share the leave. So that means each parent is entitled to 240 of each, and it's normal for both parents to take a significant number of days. And statistically in Sweden, fathers take 30% of paid parental leaves. Reason number 3, equality in the workplace. Sweden has come a long way in making sure that women and men are treated equally in the workplace. In fact, gender discrimination in the workplace has been illegal in Sweden since 1980. In 2009, Sweden introduced the Swedish Discrimination Act. This act does not only demand that employers should actively promote equality between men and women, but also takes measures against harassment. The act combats discrimination on the grounds of gender, transgender identity or expression, ethnicity, religion or other beliefs, disability, sexual orientation or age. And to ensure that this will be implemented effectively, Sweden also introduced an independent government agency called the Equality Ombudsman, whose purpose is to monitor the Discrimination Act and the Parental Leave Act. They also work on training, methods, and development to promote equal opportunities and rights in the labor market, schools, and higher education. Reason number 4, tons of international companies. One of the worries of most students after graduation who wish to enter the workforce is the possibility of language barriers. While it's definitely recommended to learn some Swedish if you're interested in working here, many organizations use English as the company language. And in case you didn't know, Swedes speak fantastic English, and you can check out this really cool video from Marina, a former digital ambassador. Sweden also has a ton of international organizations where you won't need to worry about being the lone expat not speaking the local language. But then again, it's always good to learn the language while you're here, and if you plan on staying long term, most universities, if not all, offer Swedish language courses for international students, and there are also a number of options like the SFE, or Swedish for Immigrants language program. Reason number 5, work-life balance is taken seriously. Sweden is one of the few countries in the world where it's actually possible to achieve work-life balance. Sweden integrates work-life balance into its labor policies, such as the Annual Leave Act and the Parental Leave Act I mentioned earlier. And did you know that less than 1% of workers work long hours in Sweden, which is one of the lowest rates in the world? Quality of life is a real thing here, and you'll have plenty of time for leisure. A typical 40-hour work week in Sweden starts at around 8:30 or 9 in the morning and lasts until 5 in the afternoon. And at 5, offices quickly empty as people hurry to spend quality time with their families. Although that's what a typical 40-hour work week looks like in Sweden, many employers have what they call flextid, which gives employees some freedom to choose on how to allocate their 40-hour work week. For example, if you work overtime for one day, then that means you can work fewer hours the next day, as long as you complete 40 hours of work at the end of the week. Now, isn't that amazing? And speaking of overtime, working overtime is neither valued nor seen as necessary. In fact, it can be seen as an indication of poor planning and time management. Bonus reason: sustainability in business. Sweden has consistently been ranked as one of the most sustainable countries in the world, and Swedish companies have also taken drastic measures to ensure that they are sustainable through efforts such as reducing emissions of carbon dioxide, promotion of equal career opportunities, and involvement in local communities. A big factor can also be attributed to the Swedish government's initiatives towards sustainability. The Swedish government has set ambitious goals such as using 100% renewable energy by 2040 and going fossil-free by 2045. The government also demands sustainability reports from state-owned enterprises, which should cover the economic, social, and environmental pillars of sustainability. In 2012, the Swedish government took a step further by requiring state-owned companies to set sustainability goals which focuses on diversity, environment issues, human rights, working conditions, anti-corruption measures, business ethics, and gender equality. Apart from what I talked about today, there are many other reasons why students choose to stay in Sweden after studying. It could be the amazing nature in Sweden, or maybe even the weather. Regardless of what reason it may be, the important thing is to understand what you want to do after graduation and see if Sweden is the perfect place that will help you attain your goals and dreams. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's it for now. See you in Sweden. Hej då!